Islanders. The shortstop, number 28, Caden Beavers. The catcher, number 31, Austin Lynn. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. The third baseman, number 20, Karsten Wall. The center fielder, number 18, Landon Parks. The left fielder, number 24, Kyle Reese. The designated hitter, number 8, Cooper Tannehill. The second baseman, number 16, Blake Koss. And starting on the mound for the Islanders, number 6, Logan Snyder. Now at this time, we ask that you please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Leading off for the Batcats, the center fielder, number 7, Peanut Brazel. Underway tonight, the third place Batcats going to take on the 8th place Kingman Islanders in Jayhawk League action here at George Armstrong Memorial Field. First pitch was a bunt pulled back in the strike zone, so that's going to be strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. And I will apologize to the starting lineup. I announced Logan Snyder as the starting pitcher. It's actually Landon Snyder out there. I pitch in there. Snyder making his 4th start of the season. Pitching against Brazel here, who's hitting .393. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That strikeout is brought to you by Cancun Mexican Grill. That first out of the inning is brought to you by Kingman Hardware. Now at the plate for the Batcats, the second baseman, number 12, JJ Fontana. Fontana comes to the plate hitting .188 on the season with a .316 on base percentage. He grounds that one over to Koss at second base. Throw to Clayton over at first. Gets the second out. The catcher, number 24, Deacon Pomeroy. Pomeroy, a commit to play at Oklahoma State next year. He's having a good year so far. Already a couple home runs as he takes strike 1 right there. 13 RBI, which isn't even first on the team. This Batcats team has been really good this year. Again, they're 3rd in the Jayhawk League. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Make sure that gets back to one of the dugouts. Snyder has been solid for the Islanders. That pitch missed upstairs. 1-2 count. Again, this is his 4th start. A little over 15 innings now. Giving up 10 runs as that one's flied out to right field. Reese settles under it. And that will retire the side. Islanders get the Batcats down in order here in the first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Islanders are going to try and jump on them early.
Soldier boy, tough. I got to move down for y'all, call him Soldier boy.
Beavers comes to the plate. He's facing Carson Humphreys as that one's a check swing, goes out of play. Walker Dental foul ball. Make sure that gets back to one of the dugouts. Carson Humphreys, Great Bend native, playing in his 2nd year for the Batcats. That pitch bounces in the dirt, even to count 1-1. Humphreys, a very, very good season, a 1-1 record, but an ERA under 2 in his 2 starts to this point in the season. He's only walked 2 batters in 12 1/3 innings, Fly ball out to center field, caught by Brazel out there for the first out. The catcher, number 31, Austin Lynn. Lynn coming to the plate for the first time this season as an Islander, but he has had a number of plate appearances for the Islanders in the past few years. This is his second year on the team. He played for us last year. Catcher out of Emporio State, comes from Las Vegas. Was an all-star in the Jayhawk League last year. So it's good to have him finally joining the team here at the midway point of the season. That pitch up and in. The 2-1 swung on, hit high out into right field, shallow right field. It's caught. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring the first baseman to the plate. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. Clayton, also a second-year Islander, but he has been on the team throughout the season, hitting .265 on-base percentage, staying at .390, has 7 runs batted in. That one's fouled away, bounces off one of the crossbars on the netting. Ground ball gets through. That's a base hit. That's the first hit for either team today. Luke Clayton gets on. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. And yet again, another second-year player for the Islanders. He's also been on the team. Not having a great year, especially compared to the year he had last year. He hit .273, slugged .318 last year. And to this point in this season, he's batting just over .150. Swing and a miss. He's quickly down in the count 0-2. One on, 2 out here. Bottom of the first inning. A drive into high left center field. Brazel gets back and makes the play. And that will retire the side. Bring us to the second inning. Game still knotted up at 0 apiece. Designated hitter number 16, Elias Leon. Leon, 14 RBI on the season. That's the stat that really pops out immediately. He's hitting .320, slugging .540. A good year for Leon, who's just a good player in general. You get guys with those numbers, no wonder the Batcats are near the top of the league. 1-1 count. Snyder deals that pitch way outside. Moves the count to 2-1. Along with those 14 RBI, 2 of those were himself batted in as he grounds out to second base right there. The shortstop, number 2, Kyle Walker. Walker, a native of Topeka, hitting .256, but is getting on base really well. .444 on base percentage, and he gets on base again, this time with a base hit out to right field. That will be the first hit of the game for the Batcats, first base run of the game for him. The first baseman, number 11, Andrew Yee. So now with 1 out, the Batcats have a little bit of life on offense with that hit from Walker. His name is Walker, but he became a hitter right there. First pitch to Yee. He'll take it on the outside edge for strike 1. Yee is hitting an abysmal .088, but again, getting on base really well. .319 on base percentage as he takes ball inside to even the count 1-1. Ground ball over to third, throw to second, gets him, throw to first, in time, double play! And that will retire the side. And even though the Batcats got a hit, Landon Snyder has still faced the minimum. And we'll move to the bottom of the second.
Who's up?
The third baseman, number 20, Karsten Wall. Wall making his first plate appearance of the season for the Islanders. But it's not his first time at Riverside Park this year. He started the season with the Rebels of Newton. Struggled to get some hits, was just hitting .190, but that's a deep fly ball out to left field, and it's down for extra bases. What a start to Karsten Wall's Islanders career. Gets on base immediately with a double. The center fielder, number 18, Landon Parks. That was Wall's first extra base hit of the season. He only hit singles when he was with Newton. So already, arguably his best at bat of the year, and it took him one pitch in an Islanders jersey. Ground ball over to third base. Parks is not going to make it. That will be the first out. Wall stayed over at second. Left fielder number 24, Kyle Reese. Kyle comes to the plate with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second inning, we're still tied at 0. And a bloop gets down. Reese is running. He's safe at first. And Wall moves over to third. We have runners on the corners with 1 out. Islanders are attacking early this inning. The designated hitter, number 8, Cooper Tannehill. Tannehill is a pitcher. He's making his first plate appearance of the year. And he gets on base. His on-base percentage is as good as it can be. A hit by pitch sends them to first base and loads the bases. And the Islanders have a chance here to have a big inning. The second baseman, number 16, Blake Koss.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Koss at the bottom of the lineup today. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hitting 115 this season. Does have 2 RBI. Has an opportunity to build on that number right here. The third baseman, number 8, Tony Moore. Apologies for those technical difficulties. We're back. The Islanders did end up scoring a run on a walk. And they're going to say it was a pitch clock violation, I believe, from Moore, who did not get in the batter's box in time.
He scored twice. So we scored twice.
That pitch in there, strike 2. Leo 2. Way down and away. 1-2 now, the count. That pitch away. 2-2. Swung on, drive into foul territory, out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Count stays at 2-2 after that foul ball. Moore steps to the plate again. Ground ball goes foul. He's battling, staying alive. And he's given me enough time to finally talk about where he comes from. Out of Hoisington, Kansas, goes to Fort Hays State. Hitting .229 on the season with an on-base percentage of .400. And he has worked an 0-2 count to be a full count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, so all of that for nothing. Aside from running the pitch count up a little bit. Left fielder number 28, Caleb Callan. Callan, right-handed hitter out of Northeast Texas Community College, fouls that one off. Down 0-1. Hitting .241, has 4 RBI and No runners in scoring position for him here. Does have a couple extra base hits. That pitch inside. Count even 1-1. Snyder deals. That one was way inside. If you heard a click, it was probably the ball hitting the glove of Austin Lynn behind the plate. So the count is 2-1. Down and away, now 3-1. Callan threatening to get on base. And again, like I said, the Batcats are near the top of the league for a reason. They have a lot of guys who get on base. But a ground ball over to shortstop will make it to where Callan is not going to do that this time. That will be the second out. Right fielder number 15, Logan Rankin. Rankin hitting .231 on the season, but again, on-base percentage is where it's really good for him. .444 on base percentage, but another ground out will retire the side. And we'll move to the bottom of the third. Islanders lead 1-0 and are going to try to add on. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. First pitch fouled away. Clayton didn't get to partake in the last inning that resulted in an Islanders run, but he does have a hit back in the first. That pitch catches the outside edge. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike one, strike two, strike three. A quick at bat there. And might have been needed for Humphreys on the mound. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. Reese had a well-placed fly out to left center, but Peanut Brazel, the center fielder, was able to make a long enough run to make the grab over his shoulder. The 1-0 count. Up and in makes it a 2-0 count. Pitch from Humphreys. Grounded up the middle and off the glove of Walker over there. And Reese is on. We'll have to check what the ruling on that is. The third baseman, number 20, Karsten Wall. Wall led off that second inning with a double that really got the Line moving for the Islanders immediately. He'll take strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The 0-2 from Humphries. Oh, way up and in. Just moves the count to 1-2. And they will count that ground ball from Corey Reese as an E6, as it did touch the glove of Walker. Fly ball out into left field is caught for the second out. The center fielder, number 18, Landon Parks. Parks 0 for 1 today. Pulled a ground ball to the third baseman his first time up. Was thrown out. One on, two out here, bottom of the third inning. Islanders lead it 1-0. And there's a drive out into left center field. It's down. That's going to be getting past the left fielder, actually. Reese turns around third. Throw beats him by a mile, and the tag is aggressive and gets him out. And there was no chance for Corey Reese to get that run home. So that will retire the side. Islanders try to add on to their run total, but it might have cost them in the long run. They lead 1-0 heading into the fourth. The center fielder, number 7, Peanut Brazel. Brazel struck out in the first inning. Leading off the fourth inning, the Islanders lead 1-0. And Landon Snyder is having himself a day on the mound. Has faced 9 batters through 3 innings. And when you consider he has to get 3 outs every inning, that's pretty efficient work from him. He's down 2-0 here. A pitch. Outside edge, strike 1. Count is 2-1. A drive out into center field, and Parks is there. Straight to him for out number 1. That first out of the inning is brought to you by Kingman Hardware, now at the plate. The second baseman, number 12, JJ Fontana. Fontana grounded out his first time up, looks to put down a bunt, pulls it back on the outside edge. Ground ball over to second base. Throw to first. In time. So again, 2 up, 2 down for Landon Snyder. The catcher, number 24, Deacon Pomeroy, flew out his first time. And while he has faced the minimum, it's not a perfect game or a no-hitter for Snyder to this point. He did give up a single to Kyle Walker back in the second. He was just out on a double play immediately afterwards. That pitch in there for strike 1. A pitch. Outside. Count even, 1-1. A ground ball back to the pitcher. Snyder picks it up, throw to first. Got him. And that will retire the side. Another really good inning for Landon Snyder. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th. Islanders going to try to add on to their 1-0 lead. Left fielder, number 24, Reese. First pitch to Kyle. Outside edge, strike 1. Kyle had a single back in the second inning. That pitch going to be swung on, popped up, out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. A pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Reese is down on 3 pitches. The designated hitter, number 8, Cooper Tannehill. Now, Tannehill doesn't have a ton of experience at the plate, and it's not a lot of pleasant experiences for him. Got hit by a pitch in his one time up this season, which came back in the second inning. That pitch going to be fouled back. He's down 0-2. That pitch up and away. And I think that's the fault of my thought process, because he had Reese down on 3 pitches, and then the next batter was down 0-2. There was a chance he had at an immaculate inning, but got away from him on each of the last 2 pitches. Count even at 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He'll strike him out anyway. Second baseman, number 16, Blake Koss. Koss struck out back in the second inning. He was the second out of that inning. He comes up with nobody on and 2 outs here in the 4th. Islanders lead 1-0. He's going to show a bunt. He's going to pull it back, and that pitch is inside. Count even 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle. It might have been between the legs of Humphreys and just couldn't be fielded by Fontana over there. We'll check the ruling on that. The shortstop, number 28, Caden Beavers.
Soldier boy, tough. Hey, I got this new damn for y'all. Call him Soldier boy.
Now Beavers has the only RBI of the game, walking back in the second inning to bring home Karsten Wall. He flew out back in the first. He's technically 0 for 1, but would still say there's a good day for him. And they will give a single to Koss on that ground ball. Even though Fontana got a glove on it, there wasn't really a chance he was going to get him. Pickoff attempt. Another one. And right fielder and second baseman tried to run off the field. Fontana and Rankin really trying to sell that he was tagged out. He was not. So that's a ground ball over to shortstop. Throw to second. Gets the out. That will retire the side and bring us to the 5th. Moving quickly here in Kingman. Islanders lead 1-0.
Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. If the ball's from me, you can tell on my
The designated hitter, number 16, Elias Leon.
Oh, just something tall and strong, make it a bird.
Leon is 0 for 1. Grounded out back in the second. That pitch outside, ball 1. I mentioned at the start of the game that Snyder has been pitching well for the Islanders this year, and then I told you that his ERA is up north of 6. That might seem counterproductive, but we've seen Snyder come out of it and start a game really, really well, and then the wheels just kind of fall off later. But he has not looked this good in any of his previous outings. The 2-1 count. Grounded over to second base. Koss has it, throw to first in time. The shortstop, number 2, Kyle Walker. And Walker has the only hit of the game, has been the only base runner of the game for the Bat Cats. We'll see if he can get something going here. That pitch missed down and away for a 1-0 count. The 1-0 in there, bottom corner. Count even 1-1. One, two. Just missed outside. Count even 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out here. Top of the 5th inning. Islanders lead the Batcats 1-0. Pitch from Snyder. Gets down, and he's got 2 hits. The Batcats have 2 hits. We'll see if Yee can follow it up this time. The first baseman, number 11, Andrew Yee. Yee came up after a single in the 2nd inning from Kyle Walker and grounded into a double play. A pop-up, and everyone's running around, and there's a collision, but Luke Clayton holds on to it, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. The third baseman, number 8, Tony Moore. Moore struck out back in the 3rd, and barring a pickoff move, then Snyder's facing the minimum streak has come to an end here in the 5th inning. Almost had him there. It could have stayed alive, but instead we just got no 1 count. Wind blowing strong today in from right field. That pitch lined over to the shortstop. Beavers got it. That retires the side. Islanders still lead it 1-0 heading to the bottom of the 5th. The catcher, number 31, Austin Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 2 today. Still looking to recreate his success he had with Kingman last year. The 0-1 count. This is down and away, evens the count at 1. Leadoff man here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Islanders lead at 1-0. Looking for their 4th win of the season. Looking to hand the Batcats their 7th loss. Still got a lot of baseball to go, but it's been a good day for the Islanders so far. A ground ball over to first base. That will be the first out. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. Clayton is 1 for 2 today. Base hit back in the first, strikeout back in the third. Comes to the plate with nobody on and 1 out here in the 5th inning. That pitch fouled away. So now the count's at 0-1. The pitch from Humphreys. It's going to be line foul. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Make sure that gets back to the dugout. That pitch up high. It's hard to get a pitch high on Clayton. He stands at 6'4", but that pitch was. Another foul ball. Another foul ball sponsored by Walker Dental. Count stays at 1-2. Here's the pitch to Clayton. And another foul ball. This time it's not sponsored. It didn't go out of play. That pitch. Up and away. I think more away than up. Either way, the count is 2-2. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning. Islanders lead 1-0. That pitch down and in. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Humphreys payoff pitch. Down on the turf. And that will be ball 4. Clayton is on for the 2nd time today. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. And there's a discussion on the mound. It wasn't a mound visit or anything. It was just Walker and Moore went to the mound to kind of tell Humphreys that he's got it. 1-on-1 out here, bottom of the 5th inning. Islanders lead the Batcats 1-0. A drive into left field. It's down for Corey Reese. And Clayton will hold at second base. First hit of the game for Reese. He's hit the ball well today. The third baseman, number 20, Karsten Wall. Speaking of hitting the ball well today, Karsten Wall hit a double back in the 2nd inning to really give the Islanders a spark, and they ended up scoring a run, the only run of the ball game for either team to this point. He was the go-ahead run. 1-0 pitch catches the outside edge. If he gets a piece of this one, then it very well could be another run scored courtesy of Karsten Wall. But instead he'll ground it to the shortstop, throw to second, throw to first. Double play for the Batcats. The side is retired. We move to the 6th. left fielder number 28, Caleb Cowan. A pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Cowan is 0 for 1 today, as are most of the players on this Batcats team. That's a fly ball out to deep left field. It's down, and the Batcats have a lot of life with Caleb Cowan getting a leadoff double here in the 6th. So now a runner on second, and Rankin looks to put down a bunt. He pulled it back, 1-0 the count. From Snyder. Bunt gets put down. Runner moves over to third. Throw gets the out at first. So now the tying run, 90 feet away with just one out here in the 6th inning. The center fielder, number 7, Peanut Brazel. And if you want someone to have an opportunity to tie the game, Peanut Brazel is that guy. He's 0 for 2 today, but now the Batcats have shown some life, a hit in each of the last 2 innings, and now a runner on third with just one out. The 1-0 in there, count even at 1. A pitch down and in. I mentioned that sometimes Snyder starts off really hot and then the wheels kind of fall off. I don't know that that's happened to this point yet. He still only has given up 3 hits in the entire game so far. That's a swing and a miss, count even at 2. But I'm sure the Islanders would have liked to build a lead bigger than 1-0, especially with the bases loaded back in the 2nd inning. That pitch upstairs, count runs full. Still have first and second base open. You would rather probably walk Brazel here than give him a pitch that he can really hammer. And they are just going to walk him. I don't think that was Snyder's intention, but no real harm done. But now you have to attack Fontana. The second baseman, number 12, JJ Fontana. This is a 54 chiropractic mound visit. Thank you to 54 Chiropractic for keeping our boys aligned. And now I'm sure Coach Munz is just as aware as everyone else that Snyder can sometimes lose his arm after a few really good innings. And he's thrown 5 gems so far through 5 innings. So I think Coach Munz just going to try to relax him right now. I don't think there's a world where you even consider pulling him right now unless he doesn't think he can throw anymore, but he almost certainly can. Again, he ran through those first 5 innings with ease. So now Fontana, with runners on the corners, comes to the plate. He is not the most powerful bat, so I think you do really want to attack him rather than Brazel if you're the Islanders. The first pitch is going to be bunted. A really good bunt down the third base line. A run scores. Gets the out at first, but a Very good pair of sacrifice bunts from the Batcats. Score a run and tie the ball game here in the top of the sixth. It's 1-1. The catcher, number 24, Deacon Pomeroy. Pomeroy is 0 for 2. First pitch from Snyder. Grounded, goes foul. Runner on second with 2 outs here, top of the 6th inning. Ball game is tied at 1-1 after that sacrifice bunt from J.J. Fontana. Squeeze. Got the run home. That pitch missed, 1-1 the count. One. Catches the inside edge, strike 2. The 1-2. Fouled away. That was a Walker Dental foul ball. I cannot get the microphone in my hands in time to announce that to a crowd, but over the broadcast. The 1-2 pitch again, up high. Count is even. Runner on second, 2 outs here, top of the 6th inning. Tie ball game 1-1. Pomeroy is having a good year, still looking for his first time on today. He's grounded out and flew out. That pitch way up and in. It's a full count. Scoreboard all lit up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Could be one of the most consequential pitches of the game. Snyder shakes one off and then finds the grip he likes. That pitch down and away, and we'll just have a walk there. But Pomeroy moves the line, and we'll bring up Elias Leon. Designated hitter number 16, Elias Leon. And Leon's got power. He could blow this game wide open for the Batcats. 14 RBI on a runner in scoring position for him here. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. That pitch missed up high. Has to get the ball down. He cannot just fly out into deep right field or anything like that. But that pitch will fall down in the dirt. Lynn cannot keep it in front of him. The runners move, and now 2 runners in scoring position here. So now a 2-0 count. Now first base open, but if you're Snyder, you wanted to get out of this at this point. And it looks like he will. Ground ball over to second base, flip to first. In time, side retired, but not before the Batcats tie the ball game at 1. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th. inning, Landon Parks. Parks comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch down low, ball 1. 1-0 is a ground ball over the shortstop, throw to first. It was low, but it was picked well by Andrew Yee over there for the first out. The left fielder, number 24, Kyle Reese. Kyle is also 1 for 2 today. He had a single back in the second inning, the inning that the Islanders scored their only run of the game. And they had the lead up until the top of this 6th inning, where the Batcats used a little bit of small ball to bring home the game-tying run. Another ground ball over the shortstop, another throw, another out at first base. The designated hitter, number 8, Cooper Tannehill. Tannehill has not had a great day, but his season on base percentage is sitting at .500 after he got hit by a pitch back in the second inning. That pitch down low, he's up 2-0 in the count. I would assume that Tannehill is in the lineup today due to a couple Islanders missing today's game. For the Kansas Shrine Bowl, Nash Ray and Owen Schmidt both playing in that. Good luck to both of them. The game's underway right now, but still want to wish them good luck for the rest of the game. 3-1 the count. That pitch gets in there. Count is even. Scoreboard all lit up with a full count and 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will retire the side. We'll move to the 7th.
There once was a ship that put to no will was free.
The shortstop, number 2, Kyle Walker. Apologies for that. Walker is 2 for 2. He was the only guy on the Batcats with a hit through the 5th inning, and he had 2 of them. And he'll drive that one out into deep left field. Looks like it's going to go foul and out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Felt like Walker would be the guy to spark a rally for the Batcats, and it just never happened. And then they got a rally an inning ago, back in the 6th, when he didn't come to the plate. So now he'll have a chance here to lead off the 7th to maybe try to give the Batcats a lead. That pitch missed. That pitch inside, ball 4. So third time Walker's been on, and this time he stays true to his name. He becomes a Walker, gets on base with ball 4. The first baseman, number 11, Andrew Yee. And Yee has not been able to follow up Walker getting on base so far. He grounded into a double play his first time up, and then popped out his last time. Pitch from Snyder. Catches the zone. One on, nobody out here. Top of the 7th inning. Ground ball gets through. And finally, Andrew Yee is able to follow up. And the Batcats have 2 on with nobody out, looking to take the lead. They're in good position to. The third baseman, number 8, Tony Moore. Moore comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout in the lineout. That pitch was down and looked to pick off the runner at second, did Austin Lynn. Walker was back in time. The throw bounced and wasn't a very good throw, so Walker had plenty of time. Showed bunt, pulled it back. 2-0 the count. A pitch from Snyder. In the zone. Showing bunt. And he gets it down this time. That's how the Batcats scored a run. And another sacrifice bunt moves the runners into scoring position. Left fielder number 28, Caleb Cowan. Cowan last time up hit a double, and that was what really sparked the Batcats' 1-run inning, which I guess would be a big inning in this game. And a diving play to field the ball. Throw gets the out at first, but a run comes home. The Batcats take the lead. Still an incredible play by Blake Koss over there at second base. The right fielder, number 15, Logan Rankin. This is a 54 chiropractic mound visit. Thank you, 54 chiropractic, for keeping our boys aligned. And that will likely do it for Landon Snyder, who's had a really good day on the mound. Has given up 2 runs through 6 2/3. And he'll stay out there. He has only given up 2 runs and is an out away from getting through 7 innings. Is a runner 90 feet away, but I do understand the decision. You don't want to bring one of your bullpen guys in a situation where there's a runner 90 feet away. That run counts against Snyder no matter what if it comes home. So let him try to save it. That pitch. Outside edge of the zone, strike 1. This is why I don't usually speculate when coach goes to the mound. I don't know what the plan is, ever. That pitch was in the dirt. Count even 1-1. That pitch in there. Strike 2. Runner on third with 2 outs here. Top of the 7th inning. Batcats lead it 2-1. A pitch fouled away off the pole. Count stays 1-2, obviously, after that foul ball. Oh, a pitch gets away from Snyder and hits Rankin. He had the advantage, just couldn't execute on that pitch, and a free pass for Logan Rankin. The center fielder, number 7, Peanut Brazel. Pickoff attempt over to first base. It's not going to get him. Brazel is 0 for 2 with a walk. And usually you expect him to have a better game than that, which I feel like doesn't bode well when a guy is really good and doesn't have a hit through this point in the game, because it feels like he's due. Just feels like he's due for a big play. That one got in there. That pitch down off the turf. Two on the count. Brazel steps back in. Snyder really wants to finish this. He has to. That pitch, inside ball 3, and Brazel is on the verge of loading the bases or worse. And instead he will just load the bases. So Snyder has had 2 outs for 2 consecutive batters, and he has hit him with a pitch and walked him. And now Coach Muntz comes to the mound, and now I would figure his day is done.
They're 2-1.
That is it.
Second baseman number 12, J.J. Fontana. Fontana comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2, but hit a sacrifice bunt his last time up. I don't know that that's the move here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Cooper Tannehill, the man on the mound. He's been the designated hitter throughout the game. That pitch catches the inside edge, count even 1-1. Tannehill, usually a starter, but the Islanders have not played since Monday. It's a 5-day break, so Tannehill needs to just get some work in on that arm. That pitch in there for a strike. Tannehill has struggled in his time on the mound so far. He's 0-3, and that's for a reason. In 16 1/3 innings, he has given up 16 earned runs, but he does have 25 strikeouts to 10 walks. So there are some good signs for him, and that's a good sign for him as he forces that ground ball and gets out of the inning and gets out of the jam, but the Batcats do come across with one here in the 7th, and they lead 2-1 heading into the bottom of the inning. First pitch popped up, foul ball out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. New pitcher on the mound for the Batcats. It's Rylan Kahn. After a really solid 6 innings of work for Carson Humphreys, gave up just 1 run. I want to say that run was unearned. No, that error came in a different inning. That run was earned, excuse me. 1-1 pitch. In there. Kahn, just 5 innings of work so far. Has given up 2 runs in those 5 innings of work. Been put in the game in 2 save opportunities, delivered both times. I don't know that it'll get through to pitch long enough to be pitching in the ninth. Yeah, an ERA under 4. Does not have a great walk to strikeout ratio. He's walked 5 and only struck out 4. As that pitch misses. Count even 2-2. But with that, He's walked 5 batters, but only given up 1 hit. And again, only 2 of those batters came around to score an earned run on him. So the numbers don't lie, and they say that Khan's been pretty good this year. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he has a strikeout to start this bottom of the 7th inning. Batcats still lead it 2-1 after they had a nice run in the top of this inning. The shortstop, number 28, Caden Beavers. Beavers 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 2nd inning. First pitch. Good pitch for strike 1. Beavers didn't like it, and I don't blame him, just the way that pitch was moving, but clearly a strike. That one's down low. Count even, 1-1. One. Grounded over to third. Long throw. Not in time. Infield single for Caden Beavers. The catcher, number 31, Austin Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 3 today, still looking for his first break of the season. Has a runner on first base with 1 out here, bottom of the 7th inning. Islanders trail by a run. It's 1-2. A very low-scoring affair between these two ball clubs. Pitch from Khan. And that will be Austin Lynn's first time on base this season, and he'll move to second base. I think that'll be a hit. I might have hit the third baseman's glove, but I don't think there was anything there that would have been a routine play about that. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. Clayton comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. His last time out, there are 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out, and he'll take that pitch high. And they will give a double to Austin Lynn there on a ball that didn't leave the infield without touching an infielder's glove. But yeah, he hit that really hard. So I'm not surprised that he got extra bases out of it. And that pitch runs inside. And Clayton was not happy, but he'll move to first base. And the bases are loaded for Corey Reese. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. So now Reese, 1 for 3 so far today, but he's reached twice. One of those times was on an error. And he has a chance here to tie the game or take the lead here in the 7th. 1 out here with the bases loaded. Reese has a 1-0 lead in the count. Here's the pitch. Count moves even, 1-1. The 1-1 from Khan. Breaks back into the zone. Strike 2 on the outside edge. So now Reese has to battle. A pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And if there was a metaphorical hand on the throat there, foot on the throat of the Batcats, its pressure has been relieved a little bit now. With 2 outs, takes away the sacrifice. The third baseman, number 20, Karsten Wall. Wall is 1 for 3. He had a double in his first plate appearance of the game, and he'll fly that one out into right field. It'll go out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Again, Wall getting a fresh start after struggling a little bit with the Rebels earlier this season. And he'll foul that one away. Now down 0-2. And the Batcats look like they might be able to escape the situation with the bases loaded and 1 out. As Wall is down in the count. And it's really hard to do anything productive once you're down 0-2. Kana's going to look to finish him off here. Instead, we'll get a foul ball. Foul ball brought to you by Walker Dental. Make sure that gets back to the dugout. So Wall stays alive. He'll see another pitch. Delivery. Nice curve, did not break back in. So 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Outside 2-2. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs for the Batcats to the Islanders, 1 to this point. They're going to try to add on to it here. Karsten Wall. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high into shallow right field. And it's caught. That will retire the side. The Batcats work through a struggle and take a 2-1 lead into the 8th. The catcher, number 24, Deacon Pomeroy. Pomeroy comes to the plate. He is He is 0 for 2, but he walked his last time up. That cat's going to look to get some insurance runs onto their 2-1 lead. Pitch from Tannehill misses down low. Tannehill came in to get that last out of the 6th inning, and he succeeded. That pitch misses inside.
It's pretty easy. It's really easy. I can do this every game.
The 2-0 pitch catches the bottom corner. College baseball is happening, obviously, collegiate level baseball here in Kingman. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But also college baseball still happening at the Division I level. The Men's College World Series Final is happening right now. Game 1 underway between Coastal Carolina and LSU. A pop-up into shallow right field. 3 guys going after it. No one will make the catch. And Pomeroy holds at first. The ball just kept drifting away from where everyone was running and fell between all 3 bodies. The designated hitter number 16, Elias Leon. Leon has grounded out to second base 3 times. That pitch, and it'll be ground ball to first base this time. Throw to second, gets the out. Throw to first. Tannehill was not on the bag. I think that is an out if he just gets there. He just wasn't quite to the bag. The throw beat him. But instead, that's just going to be a fielder's choice. 1 out here, top of the 8th inning. The shortstop number 2, Kyle Walker. Walker is 2 for 2, and he became a walker back in the 7th inning when he walked. That pitch down in the dirt. I was talking about the Men's College World Series Final. The baseball game kind of distracted me. The score right now, LSU leads in the top of the 9th. They are up 1-0 on Coastal Carolina. There's been 1 out recorded, so they're 2 outs away from taking a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series. That pitch is going to be fouled away. That's a Walker Dental foul ball.
Hey, can you announce $2 cherry limeades and blue limeades while they last?
They really just looking at me like I'm a hawk.
Easily off.
Pickoff attempt.
Let's be honest.
Not going to get him.
Oh, you sit down. You sit down.
No, sit down. I need to do something with your drink.
That pitch catches his own. 1-2 the count. Tannehill comes set. He deals. Pitch misses down low. 2-2. Again, apologies. We got to set up that. Sometimes that happens. We try to avoid it. That pitch down in the dirt. Throw from Lynn was just offline, and Beavers was eager to make the tag. He could not. Really couldn't make the tag because he didn't have the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Shriner concession stand, cherry limeades and blue limeades are available for $2 while supplies last. Count is full with 1 out. Runner on second base. Batcats lead 2-1 here in the top of the 8th. That pitch swung on, a ground ball over to second base. Throw to first in time. We'll have 2 outs with a runner on third. That's the first time that Walker has been called out the entire game. The first baseman, number 11, Andrew Yee. Yee he's 1 for 3. First pitch, taken for a strike. And this is the first time that Yee comes to the plate without Walker getting on in front of him. As I mentioned, that Walker had gotten on base all 3 times before this inning. And now Yee down 0-2. Tannehill looks to put him away. Here's the pitch. Down and away. I don't think he was ever going to chase that one. The 1-2, ground ball goes foul. So he stays alive. Again, top of the 8th inning, Batcats lead 2-1. There are 2 outs with a runner on third. A 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Tannehill. Down low. Count even. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That will retire the side. Islanders come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Gonna try to get back in it. It's a 2-1 Batcats lead. The center fielder, number 18, Landon Parks. Parks comes to the plate. Music took a little bit to shut off there. Umpire had to call for a time to make sure we got that sorted out, but we're good to go now. That pitch misses outside, ball 1. Kahn stays on the mound after getting through last inning. That pitch misses down low. It's a 2-0 count. Talked about how Kahn had a not great strikeout to walk ratio. He didn't walk anyone that last inning. He hit Luke Clayton with a pitch, but he didn't throw 4 balls in a row. Fly ball out into shallow right field. Caught for the first out. The left fielder, number 24, Kyle Reese. Reese comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. That single all the way back in the second inning. That was the only inning that the Islanders have been able to score. They scored their lone run with the bases loaded on a walk and have not gotten on the board since, but they're still well in this ball game. It's a 2-1 Batcats lead here in the bottom of the 8th. That pitch outside. Count even 1-1. One out here, nobody on for the Islanders. The pitch from Kahn. It's going to be fouled away on a lackadaisical swing. Probably wasn't even going to be a swing under normal circumstances, but 1-2 the count. Another foul ball. Walker Dental foul ball. Make sure that gets back to the dugout. Count is 1-2. Kyle Reese. Ryland Kahn comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high out into center field. Topped by Brazel. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th inning.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
The pitcher, number 8, Cooper Tannehill. Tannehill started the game as a designated hitter, got hit by a pitch, and then he struck out twice. Again, he's more of a pitcher than a hitter. Ooh. That was the weirdest bounce I've ever seen a foul ball take. Came over the fence, bounced into the stands under the grandstand. And there's a net right over the field where the grandstand is, so it's really strange that a ball was able to get over here. Either way, count 1-1, excuse me, now 2-1 after that pitch missed. Nobody on, 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th inning for the Islanders. Cooper Tannehill trying to keep the inning alive. That pitch misses. He's up 3-1 in the count. Blake Koss is on deck, and then the Islanders have the top of the order. That pitch. Swing and a miss. Count runs full. Scoreboard all lit up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A big pitch coming here. It's more about keeping the line moving for Tannehill here than doing any severe damage, but he won't even do that. Strike 3, and we'll move to the 9th. The Batcats going to try to add on to their 1-run lead. It's 2-1. with third baseman number 8, Tony Moore. Moore is 0 for 2. He sacrifice bunted his last time up. Bearcats lead 2-1 here at the start of the 9th inning. That first pitch from Tannehill misses up high. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled away. Count even now. The 1-1 from Tannehill. Down and away. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Moore. Here it comes. Lined into center field for a base hit. And Tony Moore looks to start off a Bearcats run that will give them a little bit of insurance and perhaps take a pitcher out of a save situation here in the 9th inning. Left fielder number 28, Caleb Cowan. He is 1 for 3, but he has a double and an RBI, both on different hits. Back pick. Oh! Clayton had to dive to the ground and catch the baseball, let alone even consider making the tag. Obviously, Moore was back safe. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1 the count. One to Cowan. Guess it just missed outside. Two 1. Down and away, 3-1 count. And you've had a couple chances from both these teams to threaten to score a big inning, but if he gets on base here, Bearcats will have 2 on with nobody out. I would assume that if he is able to get on, we could see a bunt. We've seen a lot of that from the Bearcats so far today, including one from Rankin, who would be at the plate. That pitch down off the plate, ball 4. The right fielder number 15, Logan Rankin. And again, he has a sacrifice bunt already. Would move both the runners into scoring position and just 1 out for the Bearcats. And at this point, with a 2-1 ball game, any run counts, and he does look to put down a bunt. Pitch was way outside, so he's gonna pull it back and not attempt to put it down. I would have liked to see him try, though. That could have been interesting. Probably the smart move to pull it back, though. He'll pull back that bunt, but he didn't want to pull that one back. That's a strike. Count even 1-1. Again, the Bearcats trying to add on insurance to their 2-1 lead here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 on, nobody out. Rankin not even going to show a bunt that time as that pitch misses. Wonder if he now just has the green light or if that was just a pitch that he was taking all the way. He does have the green light. He'll swing and miss at strike 2. Count is even. And now I can say that Rankin is just 0 for 1 today. Sacrifice bunt, and he got hit by a pitch his last time up. The 2-2 from Tannehill. Catches the zone, strike 3. This is a 54 chiropractic mound visit. Thank you to 54 Chiropractic for keeping our boys aligned. And that last strikeout from Cooper Tannehill was brought to you by Cancun Mexican Grill. The center fielder, number 7, Peanut Brazel. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks his last 2 times up. Pitch from Tannehill. Catches his own for strike 1. I feel like it goes without saying that he wasn't born with the name Peanut. That is something he was started to be called later in that life. His name is actually Davin Brazel, but everywhere I looked listed him as Peanut, or at least Davin, quotation marks, Peanut, in quotation marks, Brazel. So I'm just calling him Peanut Brazel because it's more fun to say. He's down 0-2. Here's the pitch. Misses down low. Austin Lynn stayed with it. Islanders have batters 9, 1, and 2 coming to the plate in the bottom of the ninth. There's 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tannehill has another one. That strikeout is brought to you by Cancun Mexican Grill. Second baseman number 12, JJ Fontana. Fontana is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Now there are 2 outs he can't sacrifice, but he can get hit by a pitch and take his base that way. And he will. He just did. The catcher number 24, Deacon Pomeroy. Now Pomeroy has had a nice progression this game. I guess the entire ball game has gone that way for the Batcats as a whole. But he flew out and then grounded out his first 2 times up and then walked in the 6th and had a base hit an inning ago in the 8th. I do not have insight as to why he is called Peanut, but it is a great nickname, without a doubt. Islanders calling on another, I think, starting pitcher usually. Again, they had a 5-day layoff and their entire pitching staff is just ready to go today. Getting a message in the chat from Frank Winkler. He did hear that his grandma said his head was peanut-shaped as a baby, which is why he has the name. Thank you to Frank. There's a 360 Fitness call to the bullpen. Now on the mound for the Islanders, it's number 29, Colby Arnsdorf. And again, Arnsdorf usually a starter for the Islanders, but they just have the free reign to send whoever they want to the mound with a 5-day layoff. The Batcats don't have that luxury. They're coming off a 2-game series on Thursday and Friday. They played each of the last 2 games and used up part of their bullpen in both games. Islanders can just throw whoever they want out there. And they're throwing Colby Arnsdorf out there, a freshman, just graduated from Kingman High School, still not committed to a college, but he's been very good through high school, and he's been solid for the Islanders to this point in the season. Again, Pomeroy has had a decent game, had a hit an inning ago. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here, top of the 9th inning. That pitch inside, ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a foul ball. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. Make sure that gets back to the dugout. And it was a very clear sky when this ball game started, and now we have clouds all over the place. And the wind was strong the whole time, but now clouds have rolled in. That pitch misses, 2-1 the count. Again, a big spot here for Pomeroy with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Going to try to add some insurance on here in the 9th inning. A 2-1 Batcats lead. A swing and a high pop-up into foul territory. Arnsdorf and Clayton both chasing after it, and they're going to run out of room as that ball goes out of play. That's a Walker Dental foul ball. I'll make sure that gets back to the dugout. The 1-2. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. I talked about Arnsdorf being solid. I don't think I gave the exact numbers. His ERA is sitting at 4.40. And again, a 4.50 ERA means you go out there and have a baseline quality start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. And that time, the ball gets by Reese out in right field. 1 run comes home. 2 runs score. 3 score. And the runner comes to third. He's going to hold. But a 3-run triple really puts the Batcats out up front. And a 1-run ball game, a chance for the Islanders to walk it off, has become way out of the question now. A 4-run ball game. This isn't even going to be a safe situation for whoever comes to the mound for the Batcats. Now Elias Leon comes to the plate. He is 0 for 4. So Deacon Pomeroy comes through huge with 3 runs on that triple. I thought there was a good chance he was going to round third and try to come home and have an inside the park grand slam. Obviously, it didn't happen there. They're going to move the line forward to Elias Leon. The 1-1 count now. Here's Arnsdorf. Pitches inside. 2-1 the count. And the Islanders had such a good chance. Such a good chance heading into this 9th inning. And there's going to be a fly ball out in the deep right center field. It gets down. That's another extra base hit. The Batcats now have 6 runs, 4 of them coming here in the 9th. So an RBI double for Deacon Pomeroy, and Arnsdorf is getting pummeled out there. a lot of those runs, in fact, 3 of those 4 runs are going to be not charged to Arnsdorf, as Tannehill was still out there for most getting the runners on base. But he will be charged with that last run, and he's responsible for Leon over at second. "54 Chiropractic Mound Visit." Thank you to 54 Chiropractic for keeping our boys aligned. That will lead to a 360 Fitness. Call to the bullpen. Now on the mound for the Islanders, number 21, Julian Morrison. Morrison on the mound has not had a great start to the season. Not had a great start is putting it very lightly. He has not been good at all. But he does have good stuff. He was really good in high school this year with Bueller High School. Had an ERA just under 3, so obviously he's got good stuff, just has not been able to show that so far this season with the Islanders. He's pitched not even 10 innings yet and has given up 26 earned runs. He's hit 9 batters with a pitch. And that combined with the 12 walks means he's given up 21 free passes and struck out 6. And here in a 5-run game, it doesn't really matter. Hopefully he can get something going. He just needs to get one out here. And we'll see if he's able to manage that. The shortstop, number 2, Kyle Walker. So this inning started off really good for the Batcats, and then back-to-back strikeouts had them on the ropes, and then the brakes fell off. A big triple from Deacon Pomeroy cleared the bases, which had been loaded by a hit by pitch, and then an RBI double by Elias Leon scored that run. So a 6-1 lead here in the top of the 9th. That pitch missed. 1-1 the count. Wind is strong. I think one of those fly balls that were extra base hits off of Arnsdorf could have been out of the yard if the wind wasn't blowing out from right field so strong. That pitch inside, 2-1 the count. And the Batcats in a big situation, showing why they're one of the top teams in the Jayhawk League. Looking to move to 9-6 on the season. They're ranked 3rd, and that pitch is going to hit Walker, who's been the best hitter of the game for the Batcats. The first baseman, number 11, Andrew Yee. So Yee comes to the plate with runners on first and second. He is the 9th batter of this inning for Great Bend. That pitch, runner goes, throw to second, bounced, but the runner was not there, and Beavers had fielded it. Umpire said he missed the tag. That's become a trend for the Islanders. They get the ball in time, and then they just don't make the tag. That's happened several times just here at home. That pitch in there for strike.
Come on, 2 more.
1-1 count. Pitch from Morrison, swung on, and that's going to be a hit. and it's going to get off of Reese in left field. 2-run score on that single. 8-1 is the score.
So if they get 11 in the team,
And now a game that was 2-1 at the start of this inning. The Batcats are threatening a run rule here. They're up by 7. Swing and a miss at strike 1. Tony Moore led off this inning with the single. That's his only hit of the game, but he comes back to the plate here in the 9th. Pickoff attempt. Got him! And finally, the Islanders are able to get out of the 9th. And in an inning where it looked like they'd have a chance to walk it off, they have a huge uphill battle down by 7 in the bottom of the 9th. Leading off the inning for the Islanders, the second baseman number 16, Blake Koss. And now Koss comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3. If you're just tuning in, it was a good baseball game through 8 innings. And then the Batcats became cats with bats, and they showed it. A 6-run 9th inning extended their lead out to 7 runs, and that pitch runs inside, and leadoff man's on for the Islanders. It's not impossible. It's way more unlikely than it would have been had they been able to hold the Batcats to even just a few runs. But there's a chance here. Top of the order comes to the plate. The shortstop, number 28, Caden Beavers.
Soldier boy, tough, man. Hey, I got this new damn for y'all, call him Soldier boy.
Beavers is 1 for 3 with a walk. That first pitch misses outside. Here's the 1-0. Beavers takes it for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the 9th inning, 1 on, nobody out. The Batcats lead it 8-1. That pitch, outside ball 2. And this is all the Islanders can do at this point. They can work counts, try to keep getting on base, and if enough of them do it, this becomes a ball game again. Again, it's unlikely, but it's possible. There's a high fly ball out into left field. Caught out there. That's Cowan. So now they just have 2 outs to score those 7 runs. The catcher, number 31, Austin Lynn. One on, one out here. Ninth inning, bottom of the ninth. Islanders have an uphill battle here on a, what is a cloudy night now? I think there are clouds out. I can't tell if it's just dark out, actually. It feels like it's cloudy just because of the wind, but it was also really windy when it was daylight, and it was clear skies. That pitch misses. 1-2 the count. I'm not a weatherman. I can't really
It's
tell.
It's not cloudy.
It's not cloudy.
No, it's clear.
There's a chance of meatballs too.
I've been informed that there is a chance of meatballs, but not cloudy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the second out. Islanders down to their last 3 strikes. The first baseman, number 40, Luke Clayton. And now I'm willing to give up the optimistic look on things.
There's hamburgers too.
I'm willing to say that this game is over, pretty much. A 7-run deficit with just 1 out to work with. The Islanders could have an unreal amount of luck and still not crawl back in this one.
There's a chance of hamburgers too. With a bunch of hot that
First pitch, swung on a foul ball.
There's a chance.
The 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Kahn. High pitch, outside. And it's worth thinking whether or not Kahn would still be out there if it was still a 1-run game. The Batcats surely want to save their arms for tomorrow night in Great Bend. But there's a foul ball. The count is 0-2. Luke Clayton down to his last strike.
Comes down to this ball right here.
The 0-2 pitch. Up high. And Clayton stays alive to keep the game going for at least a few more seconds. Up and in, way up and in. That was over Clayton's head. And I mentioned earlier in the game, he's 6'4". It's not easy to get a pitch up high on him. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Now the scoreboard's all lit up. Full count and 2 outs. Again, Islanders trail by 7 here. 1 on, 2 out here. Bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch from Kahn. Outside ball 4. Line keeps moving. The right fielder, number 25, Corey Reese. Reese is 1 for 4. He reached on an error as well back in the 3rd. He has 2 on, 2 out here. Bottom of the 9th inning, Islanders trail by 7 runs. And the Batcats are relieved to have picked up another win. They were 1-4 in their last 5 coming into this one, coming off a 2-game series against Hayesville. Each of the last 2 days, they lost both those games, got walked off on Thursday. But they are able to bounce back and more than likely take this one. It's a 1-1 count to Corey Reese. The pitch from Kahn. Inside. 2-1 the count. That pitch. Ground ball over to shortstop. Throw to second. That will do it. And that will be all for tonight's ball game. Your final score: the Great Bend Batcats 8, the Kingman Islanders 1. You have a great night. Drive home safe.
I can't fit.
So for the Islanders, they fall now to 3-11, which is pretty close to the bottom of the standings. It might be dead last now. I would have to check the rest of the scores, but just not a great look for the Islanders. The Islanders go to Great Bend tomorrow to finish off this series. We'll travel to Augusta on Tuesday to kind of reset the season, where they started the season against the Cannons. And so they'll get to play them again. They lost both games earlier this season. And then, again, we're back on Wednesday here on the island. You'll hear from me when we play, again, the Kansas Cannons. But for Kingman Baseball on YouTube and the Kingman Islanders, I've been Ashton Timish on this broadcast. They fall 8-1 to the Great Bend Batcats. Going to look to get some revenge tomorrow night in Great Bend. So long and good night from the island.